The hardest part about this whole vlogging thing, I would say, is time efficiency. I think I started this and put my first upload in June, and it looks like I've only gotten about 13 episodes out now. And I'm just starting to get to the point where I can manage editing down 3 a week, 2 of those being vlogs and 1 of those being just kind of like a training episode that's like shorter. And then I'm gonna increase my efficiency as I go and try to get to the point where I can do 3 vlogs, full vlogs, but that's more for the future. I just wanna get it something that I can sustain and that's sustainable. But yeah, it's kind of been a long time in the making at this point, and I feel like I got a good flow going down. I literally started my first episode was shot in an iPhone 5S, which was borrowed because my other iPhone had broken. So I didn't wait for the right moment where I had the right gear. And it's just kind of getting that flow down when I'm actually shooting to where it doesn't actually tax my day too much. I'm just shooting as I go, right? Maybe it's like a minute or 2 extra here so I have to trace the tripod or pre-plan my shot of what I'm gonna shoot. But it's kind of fun, you know, and it's what I'm passionate about, so it's not like work to me. The work side more is the editing, but the editing is fun in itself because it's also a creative process. So I enjoy that just as well. It's just about getting that time to sit down and do it. So Mondays are tough because I bartend on Sunday nights. I just do 1 night a week to kind of keep things fresh and to make that little extra cash. But that means I go to sleep at like usually 4 a.m. and then I wake up, come straight to work. Really no time in between. I just wake up, get out of bed, and maybe drink a cup of coffee and then bike straight here. Work, try to edit a little bit, try to look up some music to use for my videos. And then I would go, if it's training day, I go straight into the gym and train, and then I probably get home at like 10, 11 at night. So it's just all day, just like grinding. But yeah, that's what today is gonna look like. Probably won't get home until 11-ish. Yeah, so just chugging it out. This is the part of the night where I furiously try to edit down my footage and get it out by the time that I advertise I'm gonna start putting content out at, which I feel like now was a rough idea because this is the second time I'll be putting something out late after the time that I said. Right now I've been saying Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 6:30, but I haven't even started like uploading this one yet because I'm still editing it. So sometimes this keeps me late at the shop trying to furiously get stuff out and do my like scheduled Instagram posts. So yeah. I'm trying to train myself to bike through the cold this winter. I've talked myself into it. Like, yeah, this winter I'm gonna bike through the cold. Well, we'll see what happens. At least today, I think I'm gonna try for it. But I need to get like one of those masks and all that bike gear and whatnot. But for the time being, I lost my hat, so I'm using these, just not the most safe, to cover my ears, which I'm listening to a podcast with. And then have this like just goofy little setup going on. I'm gonna bike straight over to Avondale and get my endurance workout in. Yeah, deal with the cold. My fingers are so cold. Oh, it's the worst, but I made it. All right, no warmth. What's up? Yeah. A few years ago, I used to be a smoker. I would say probably like 4 years ago. And I always used to think that smoking caused me to have really bad circulation. And it always kind of freaked me out whenever like it was cold and my fingers would kind of turn white. And I stopped smoking 4 years ago, and it still happens. You can see that finger is obviously way more white than the other one. Look at that. That's where I wear mittens, because apparently I just have bad circulation. So I'm a little bit worried about my goal climb is going to be really cold. So I'm going to make sure to bring like a ton of hand warmers and then just put them all in my chalk bag. So it's just like super warm every time I dip my hand in. Because I don't want my fingers to numb out like that, because I literally like this one, can't really feel it. until the blood gets back in. And it's been like 10 minutes since I've been inside. Look at that. It's just fucking, it's so weird. So just finished my warm-up. For some reason, the bouldering area feels like super slippery and super like, I don't know, like old. Like all the holds have a lot of rubber and like chalk caked onto them, which I think means we're getting busier here. So I'm gonna move on and I'm gonna do just a short anaerobic workout, considered anaerobic utility or anaerobic power, where I do 4 boulders in a row with only like short rests to really kind of tax that energy system a bit, but not like too long, keeping it short but intense. So today is one of those days to where I just don't feel very on. I feel like things are feeling harder than they should. It's just a bad day of climbing for me, which is fine. You know, those are the kind of days that you just need to push through and focus on not performing, but enjoying the process of training and the process of climbing, whether or not I'm doing well or what I usually can or not, right? Right now, I'm currently waiting for the scatterboard or for my buddy Myung to show up to do the second portion of my workout. It's funny, there's pumpkins above every climb and they all have no candy in them. People are like getting to the top of the climb and they're like checking it for candy. And you see the guy in the blue and the girl in the white both did, and they're all empty. Wow, wow, wow. Got the scatterboard. I'm gonna do a few reps of my aerobic endurance route, which is basically 40 moves. The last session I was doing 30 because I ended up realizing I had it on 35, which was making it more difficult. But I'm back to 30 for this session at 40 moves with that V4 start. And then I'm gonna do half the volume and then do some roped laps with Myung for a little bit. So I just finished up my circuits, which I think in the future I'm going to build specific like hand and foot holds. For that one, it was more, you know, a specific incline, a specific amount of moves, but no specific holds. I think in the future I will like build like a specific circuit for whatever project I'm working on. But it went well. I did same intensity, just reduced the volume, so I only did 1 set, and now I'm going to rest. Feel pretty worked for sure. Like that's definitely a really good circuit. And then I'm gonna do roped laps. Next Saturday is my project. It is now Monday. So this is the 2 weeks of like pretty hardcore tapering. Not hardcore, I'm still just as intense, but half the volume. So I'm just cutting everything in half. Haven't really tried this kind of taper before, but I think it'll work well because I can feel the fatigue starting to set in from all my training. I started in July, actually. It's crazy to believe. but I feel like I've learned a lot. I feel like this season I didn't really build the best plan because I was trying something brand new to myself, and I was completely customizing it as well to my project and what I was doing. And I think in the future what I'm going to do is I'm not going to drop supplemental so soon. As you maybe have seen, I haven't really been doing my pull-up stuff or my core stuff for like a month now, and I felt like this whole month of not doing it, I'll probably be losing those gains. So I'm definitely going to keep those up until my taper, actually, probably. There's a reason for it, but I just don't remember why. And then the same thing with hangboarding. I think I'm going to start hangboarding year-round, but just reduce the volume drastically once it's not really like the strength focus time. Because I feel like in the same way, I feel like hangboarding was like a year ago in like my head now, even though it was only like a month ago.